Jason says, my wife is expecting our first child. Oh, Jason and wife, congrats.
Congratulations.
Yesterday, I asked my boss for a paternity leave. I think I'm allowed 12 weeks by law, but I'm not sure. She practically laughed in my face and told me to man up. She says, as a factory worker, it's a bad look if I take a leave because the other men will make fun of me. She also said my wife deserves the leave, not me, because she's doing all the work by giving birth. I think men deserve as much leave as women so they can bond with their child. My boss disagrees. What do you think? Is she right?
What's the company policy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing you need to go off of.
How long did Connor have off?
Connor had 3 months. That was the policy at his place, and I was like, man, that's a long time. I couldn't take 3 months off at my job, but his job allowed that, and so God bless him for being able to do that.
So Alex's dad couldn't take off at all.
Oh, gee whiz, almighty.
He was in plumbing at the time.
Yeah.
I took off half a day because I had a remote to do.
Nah, you're kidding.
The birth of my kids.
You had to be at David Stanley that afternoon.
But no, back in the day, it was like maybe a week, and then you're back at work. But it's different now.
Yeah.
If I could do it again, I would take a week off, and then...
And we're fortunate enough that we have somebody like Kevin, you know?
Kevin. But take like a week off, and then maybe give us... maybe some time later, because in my experience, those little infant babies, they
want mama.
They do. Well, I mean, that's what they need the most. But we also, Jason, what's his name?
Jason.
You don't know. You hope not, but at the same time, it's not a bad deal if they do. If it's a C-section, she needs a lot more help.
Yes,
physically,
Covering, right?
overall. Yeah.
And first child.
First child.
Yeah, so that's scary. They're just trying to figure things out. If it's second or third child, maybe a little more acclimated, not as hard.
Yeah.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with Jason at all. However, I don't disagree with the boss. She's a female, so it's a little hard to approach a female about being a dad and wanting the same amount of time off.
Yeah.
Now, I don't care one way or another as long as you just go by what the business says. And if you're not okay with that, maybe it's time to look for another factory job.
I'm going to say this, and I don't know if it's right, but with the Family Medical Leave Act that was passed years ago, doesn't it seem like there is 3 months now, but it doesn't mean it's all
I don't
paid?
think so.
Oh, like at least...
you can take the leave, but you don't get paid, but you keep your job.
Yes.
Wow.
Like even though you might not be getting paid during a certain time, you at least aren't going to lose your job because...
I'll look that up, but
does that
we can discuss tomorrow.
Does that override the businesses?
Right.
You know what I mean?
So the business is going to set a policy and say, this is what we're going to pay you for to be gone for the birth of your child.
Sure.
Gotcha.
And then beyond that would be... maybe the government steps in and says, "Hey, they can be gone, but you don't get paid, but you get your job back when you come back."
But here's something that you don't really. I mean, it sounds all well and good that the government has your back on this or whatever.
They don't necessarily have your back because you're not getting paid.
That's what I'm saying. But if the company doesn't follow that, it's not like somebody's going to come in and take care of it. The person that is actually struggling with the leave situation is going to have to file a lawsuit.
Yeah.
They're going to have to pay for an attorney.
Yeah.
And a lot of businesses know that they can get away with it because people can't afford that.
Yeah.
Especially at that moment and at that time in their life.
Exactly. It's the last thing they want to do is deal with the litigation.
Just hope that you work for, and it doesn't sound like it, that he works for a place that's willing to work with him for a very important event in your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Huge.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, I think he absolutely deserves it, but at the same time, you have the company situation. So we're going to sleep on it.
Yes.
And tomorrow, we're going to figure out if we have better advice. Maybe we can do some research on it. And if you have anything to say about it, go ahead and text us or call and leave a voicemail at 405-231-JAKE.